Hey, so Surya didn't get picked. Do you want to bring him in during the draft? Or not at all? It's up to you. Okay, cool. Let me move Steven into team 2. Sorry, it's really John into team 2. Jeff into team 1. Well, they don't know what team they're on. Oh. Too late. Too late. He's gonna sit with us during the draft, if that's cool.
Yep.
Cool.
That sounds perfect.
Yo.
What up?
Feels bad, man.
I don't know what's going on with Brian's draft, but I'm very interested. Oh,
Lord. Son, you gotta get that under control, my dude. Yeah, Are we live now, or Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm interested. Brian said he was going strictly with the synergy picks. Like 100%, like he wanted a team that was going to play really well together, that have like a lot of games.
He's just going
together.
for the buddy system.
Yeah, I think I mean, like, I think him and Jimmy are really, really strong. I mean, everyone on their team obviously is strong, but I'm assuming it's going to be him, Jimmy, and Steven playing core with John and Aaron on the support. I think the really interesting thing about this is because Megan and I weren't playing, there was no like dedicated position 5s in the pool at all. So it'll be interesting to see who.
Oh yeah, they don't have any support. Like normal support people.
Yeah, no one in the pool at all plays 5, so I'm sure we'll get some interesting picks, maybe. Interesting words.
Who's in the... Well, Jimmy plays IO.
That's true. That is true.
And then Aaron, I've definitely seen support. I don't know if he 5s. He totally has, but...
Jimmy apparently direct messaged Zach to ward your runes. Or to ward his rune.
Well, we have one team.
What's that?
We have one team in where the other team is just like missing the entire message, or I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm not sure.
Typical.
Pat won the coin toss, by the way, and he chose first player pick. So that means Brian will get first choice of either Radiant or Dire, or first or second pick in the hero draft. Just for your casting records, yeah.
Well, I just need to, get it for the lobby.
Yo, sorry guys, I got a call.
It was so loud, it scared me.
You guys are, yeah, you guys are all robotic. I don't know if that's my fault.
I think that's on you, because everything sounds fine for me.
Yeah, I think it sounds good here.
Oh
yeah, no, it was routed through, like, I have a Mac, so all my calls get routed through my Mac too, so that's why it kind of went off.
Oh, it just went off on, like, oh no.
Yeah. Alright, so how does this work? It's the first time on the caster's booth. How does this work?
We're just gonna chill while we wait for literally everyone to realize what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, it was funny because in the other channel, people were like, uh-oh, people are dropping off, and, like, they're going off to different teams. And, yeah, it was just funny watching people drop off, like, one by one.
Yeah, I get the rapture.
There they go. All right. Oh, yeah.
A big brain.
Right, because you were just dragging them one by one, so they're all just
Yeah, I was pulling them like I was taking them up to meet their creator. Do you think any meme strats, Tony?
Yeah.
You're like heavily anticipating
I'm
meme strats.
almost certain that Brian's team is gonna have some weird combo. Jimmy.
I mean, we saw what happened last time. You'd think Brian would want to prevent Zach and Jeff being on the same team.
I was gonna say, how come they're both on the same team?
Well, the last TI that Brian was a player, he got destroyed by Jeff and Zach together on the same team. So I don't know. I think Brian had like a plan that he wanted to go with like the buddy system. Like he wanted players he has like a lot of games with.
First
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, you know. Brian not randoming his hero always is a good thing. So although, you know, we've seen it before. People have let the timer expire to get a random hero. So we'll see.
Oh, in an OTL?
In the one TI. No, apparently they picked it at the last second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that confirmed?
Yeah. Because that was like the first thing I asked them after when we were
Wow.
doing the interviews. And yeah, they were like panicking until the last second. And then they just like nabbed it. But it looked like they randomed.
Yeah, it literally looked like they
It
ran it.
fully
Like the
looked like
timer
they ran
hit 0 and it completely fell. And they ended up with the puck, which I guess should have been my clue that it wasn't a random.
Yeah. Interesting.
What do you think about Brian versus Pat drafting? Like, I think there's a solid 8,000 games between both of them. So
Yeah.
Pat
I
loves
don't know.
Medusa. Pat
Yeah.
loves picking Medusa. He is obsessed with Medusa.
I've never known Pat for his drafting, so.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think Brian's
Pat
ever
drafts
drafted
kind of
for.
a meme, I
He
feel
always
like.
chirps in recommendations, but I don't think he's taken the helm. I think once we got Jamie used to playing the game, we just made him do it as a meme.
Am I coming across like a robot to you guys?
No,
No, dude, stop saying that. You're fine.
I'm having some robot. Some
that's
robot
on your
issues.
receiving end, dog.
Yeah, no, we're good. I hear you now. All clear.
You good, dog?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going. You live right now?
Can you hear me? Okay. Am I?
You sound like a robot.
Oh, I do. Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking because you guys sound like robots. to me.
fine for me.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we're just getting you.
Oh, you're trolling me. Okay.
What's the
I
first
got
ban?
Life Stealer.
Life Stealer?
Radiant
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, no, there it is. Okay, all right.
Fair enough.
I think this team bans Io.
Dire team ban.
They
Ricky.
want the Steven Ricky
Okay.
with the 80% win rate across 80 games.
Radiant team ban.
Conka, yeah. I mean, these are pretty standard. I am excited. None
They
of the
should
supports
ban
are
the
gonna get
IO. If they don't ban the IO,
Yeah.
they're pretty much boned off the start.
I would really like to see. I would
Wait.
really like to see Jimmy play Io.
Is IO even in
Dire
captain's
team
draft right
ban.
now?
Oh shoot, he's still out because they're
Yeah.
balancing him.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
no.
like a decided disadvantage for Jimmy's team.
Yeah.
Like a huge.
I wonder if they just realized that. Like they go
don't-
into the pick phase and they're like, wait a minute.
I don't think you can give Jeff Puck either with how strong Puck is in the game right now.
Puck
like
is
I think
pretty
that's
good.
like
10
Conka
seconds
and
remaining.
Puck are both really strong. I think those are kind of.
Oh, they took first pick. They're just
5
gonna get the
seconds
Viper
remaining.
first.
For Steven?
For anyone, it's Viper.
Are you talking about Brian's team, the Flamin'
I
Hot
forgot to
Crispies?
transition. Yeah. Yeah, he decided on first pick. So I'm assuming that they're just gonna get Viper.
Radiant team ban.
Tinker
Dire
always a.
team.
Oh nope, there's the Viper ban.
Oh,
there you go.
Lord. Is there anything else that they would pick first? They
Oh,
probably
who-
want the sniper, but
Yeah, Sniper's really good. I mean, the pushing strat in general is pretty good right now, and we've seen a lot of these people play it recently and play it well. I mean, again, my question, what I'm
seconds
excited
remaining.
to see is what support heroes are picked and who are playing them.
5
And that might
seconds
just be a
remaining.
little biased as a position 5, but like I want to know who's getting picked. Dazzle and Lion and Shaman and Crystal Maiden are all in the pool, so
I think there's a good chance Brian's their 5.
Radiant team pick.
you think so?
100%. That's Aaron's
So-
pick.
Yeah, that is like a bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly, Aaron and
Yeah, I don't think I'd put anyone else on that team as a 5. Or at least out of the team, I think Brian's the
What
one that
about
knows
John?
the
I
best
mean,
about
I
warding
think,
and stuff.
I think it's gonna be John. I mean,
I don't think I've ever
10
seen John play
seconds
sport.
remaining.
it's just where else do you
5
put
seconds
like
remaining.
that's the awkward thing
Radiant
about Aaron
team
is he
Lion.
okay, so there's the Lion on big. Do you think Lion's particularly strong right now?
I usually don't like Lion just because he dies a lot.
Right? Like
He's good because he has an instant cast hex. Like the hex, the instant disable is super good against
10
jumpy
seconds
heroes
remaining.
and like things like Earthshaker, I guess, if you're fast enough. But I don't know if they're gonna be
5
doing that
seconds
fast.
remaining.
But like against something like a Faceless Void, if you're actually like a good player, he just completely shuts down Faceless
He
Void because you
gets,
just hex him all the time.
he gets
Dire team
outranged
pick.
a lot too, I feel like.
Yeah.
So Phoenix. So is Jeff gonna be the 4 on this other team?
Jeff will
like
be the Phoenix.
The Phoenix for sure, but like what position?
believe.
Like 3 or 4?
I think they'd put Jeff on the 3. I think they might do a 3 Phoenix.
Jeff once said Phoenix is the best position 5 in the game. So could we see a
It is a
team
very
back.
strong one. It's just like an ambiguous pick. They're gonna pick up the
yeah,
Steven
so
Sniper.
there's the sniper.
Brian's just doing bread and butter strat. This is funny.
Well, this is good. I mean, he said he wanted the comfort team, so he's going with the comfort heroes, which I think if he's
Yeah.
looking to like maybe feeling like they might be a little overconfident, the big brain team coming into game 1, maybe he might do a meme strat. He goes
10
hardcore,
seconds
get that
remaining.
early win out of the way, take some of the pressure off.
I mean, the benefit
5
here is
seconds
Sniper is also
remaining.
just good
Team
against
back.
both those heroes. So
Oh, you can pop the egg almost
until
instantly.
Lion gets a blink and then Sniper just dies.
Well,
Dire team ban.
he does.
Jug ban.
Am I wrong to say that he does his auto attack outrange Lion's finger before he gets the blink dagger?
Yeah, I mean he'll take him until the blink dagger. The problem isn't like the finger. The problem is just a blink disable just
Blink,
shuts down, and
Earth
the hex
Spike,
the hex
Hex,
stops you
yeah.
from doing your Hurricane Pike, so it allows your team to catch up before he can pike.
5 seconds remaining.
It's like one of those, like if they execute right, they'll just shut down the sniper every time. Like they need, they'll probably, I don't know.
Radiant
They're in a weird
team
spot.
back.
I'd like a Pit Lord or more face
I was
value,
gonna
but-
say, yeah, a frontliner like Pit Lord Centaur, you roar, you let your sniper get out of there, you can roar to get a better Echo Slam before he has.
But
the
then
blink
they'd put
dagger.
the problem is they have the Earthshaker, so they've already kind of limited their 3-role hero pool, unless they just want to have a shit laning experience.
We've seen Puck and Weaver kind of played
10
as 3s
seconds
recently.
remaining.
I feel like they'd be pretty strong with the Earthshaker in lane.
Radiant team pick.
And then Puck gives you some save for sniper. It's a little squishy, but
I think Big Brain will probably pick up an Ursa too.
so they banned the Jug and the Skywrath, and we have the snipe or the Drow and Shadow Shaman ban. How do you feel about the Shaman ban for Big Brain? That kind of feels like a throwaway to me.
It depends on what. I think that's a
10
pick,
seconds
like
remaining.
a foresight pick. I think that's dependent on what they're doing. Shaman's also
5
just
seconds remaining.
good, but Shaman's really good against Phoenix, I feel, just because you can just grab him mid-flight and then he dies and you get nothing out of it. I don't think it does anything against anything else, but I feel like they're lining up a pick that they want. I really think they're just gonna pick up the Ursa, and Shaman just melts Ursa, or like he holds him so long that you're just dead.
Can't the Ursa go like an early BKB?
He'd probably
That's
go
a-
early Scepter, but it's still like by that time it's like that does like you as an Ursa you want to farm kills, so like Shaman shuts that down early enough, or at least prevents it in the safe lane.
That's the other question. In the era of 10 Midases, how many are we going to see tonight? Over under like 15?
Right
I'd
now,
say?
1. Phoenix is definitely getting 1.
Dire team.
You think Steven won't build one on the sniper?
No, definitely not. I highly doubt. I hope he doesn't.
I don't know, man. Everyone's building.
Unless they're the like last 3 picks they have are completely different than what I'm expecting, then Midas is gonna hold them back so far that they're just gonna lose, especially against that lineup.
10 seconds.
If you get a
remaining.
like a Midas against something that goes online that early, you just die.
I
5
really, and
seconds
I know
remaining.
this is kind of a meme, but I really like the Faceless Void for Flamin' Hot and Crispy at
Radiant
this
team
point.
pick.
You love Faceless Void no matter what, though.
Yeah,
I do. That accomplishes a similar goal, though. I feel like the Legion Commander, she holds one of their characters in place. They can't do anything for a solid 6 seconds. They've got a lot of damage to follow up to win duels. I just don't know how strong Legion Commander is in the current patch. I feel like she's not
10
a
seconds.
traditional.
that's their
3
5.
roll.
That's Brian's 5.
That's their 5?
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Wow.
It's very good.
I'm really excited to see that.
We did that before. It was fun.
I'm really, really excited to see that.
It's not a bad pick right now, especially because it looks like Big Brain is going for a 1 or like 2 physical core strat. It depends on their next pick. So losing duels means absolutely nothing. Like right now, losing a duel means 0. Like a lion with 10 more damage, no one cares about.
So
Dire team
as a 5,
There's the
there's
Ursa,
pick,
yeah.
So as a 5 Legion Commander, do you still go Blink Dagger first item?
No.
What's the item build?
I don't think you'll probably maybe get to mana boots. That's about it for a while. I don't
Your
think
job
he's
is
going to be getting
literally
items.
to just hold someone in place.
Yeah.
10
Like
seconds
duel's
remaining.
good for it, but also the heal is
5
just like super good.
seconds remaining.
Oh yeah.
And it's a good purge against what they have too. Like Phoenix, the attack slow. You can purge that off and kill egg. Lich is slow, purged. It's pretty nice. And if they get hexed or something, I don't know. It's not too bad. It's a little awkward. Like I don't think they need a 1 roll that it combos with really well, and I don't think it's gonna be sniper. So.
I mean, we're almost certain Sniper's going mid at this point, right?
Yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah. Mid
Unless
Sniper.
I don't know. Like I see what like big brain stuff. Like I'm like, all right, yeah, I see where we're going, but this is just, you know, it can totally work, but I don't know what's next.
I feel like you have to pick your 1 here. I feel like you
Radiant
have to
team
leave the
back.
mid counter pick up. Oh,
That's
okay.
Jamie's pick.
Visage. Well, Brian plays a really strong Visage as well, and Visage has the highest win rate in Dota right now.
Yeah,
It is
Visage
winning
is
its
good.
hero. I've seen Brian play Visage a lot, and absolutely. I mean, you have to think they're going for the pushing strat at this point, right? Like with the sniper and the Visage,
10
they're going to be taking
seconds
towers
remaining.
really early. You don't go
Yeah.
super late game
5
with
seconds
Visage,
remaining.
I mean, you can and just rat, and they have 2 scaling, like super good scale. Actually, all 3 of their other heroes scale super well into the late game. It's like they're gonna wanna, their timing window is gonna be earlier, but the problem is like Big Brains I think is just stronger earlier, depending on items.
What lane are you putting that Visage in? Is that your 1?
I haven't seen why it's been winning so much. I always put it in the off lane, but
Well, it's winning in pubs. It's not getting picked in pro.
it's super counter pickable.
Yeah.
But
Dire
it's
team
kind of
back.
late now for that. So
So they banned the Bane. I think they're still expecting a position 5. Like they're not seeing this 5 Legion Commander coming. I think that. I mean, all of the counters to Visage are basically off the table at this point. They're like on the Flaming Hot Crispies
10
team.
seconds remaining.
if Big Brain gets like a good melee or ranged core, that
5
you know,
seconds remaining.
All the strong ranged cores this patch are banned or picked at this point.
yeah, Yeah, they're in a pickle. I'm trying to think of like what
Dire
hero
team
does it.
pick.
Clinks, that does it.
I mean, the
the-
biggest problem for Flaming Hot Crispies right now is I think Ursa just wins the game.
I feel like I need a.
Visage is pretty good though.
I need like the pool of heroes up on one of my.
Yeah, that's
monitors.
exactly what I was just thinking.
it's always hard to remember all.
I mean, you can
150.
tab up into
10
the thing, but I don't want to do
seconds
that on the stream while they're drafting.
Yeah,
and just like
yeah.
stare at heroes.
Also, like my setup.
they banned out the
sound-wise
Clinks,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Clinks is like the.
Clinks was like the
last
first thing that
remaining-
came to mind,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's that strong. Like, I don't know if I'd opt for that.
So what do they need here? They need a 1 or a 3. Do you go? You could still go the Underlord, I think. I think that's good against the Ursa. I think it can frontline for the sniper. You've got a ton of damage coming out from Visage and Sniper.
I think they're picking a 1, or they're just gonna flip-flop lanes.
Also, the high ground defense of the Pit Lord Sniper is just nasty. If they feel like they have the weaker early game, you might do that just so you can defend high ground if they knock on the door kind of at that 25-minute mark.
Radiant team pick.
Ancient Apparition. Interesting.
guys.
That's their mid, maybe?
Yeah.
How do I view this? How do I view this game? Would it have to be through Twitch or?
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I
Oh, we were
think
supposed to
have
get you in the
be-
lobby.
Yeah, sorry, you need to be in the lobby.
Wait,
to
can you?
watch.
Here, wait. Do I have
10
you on Steam?
seconds remaining.
Maybe. Let me see.
I don't think I do.
5 seconds
Imagine real
remaining.
quick.
And then they go with
Choose
the
your
timber
hero.
saw.
I can patch you in through my. That's. We probably should have put you on the broadcast. I think that's what we did with Sam.
Yeah.
Got you in for the draft, Timbersaw.
So it is not. So it's John on the Ancient Apparition. That's a 5 AA.
Or you can watch on the. I'll post the stream in the trench, I guess.
Yeah, Aaron on the Earthshaker at 4. Camby on the Sniper at mid. It's Jamie on the Visage. That is
Yeah.
really surprising, but it's a core Legion commander, so we were wrong.
Oh, they switched it up.
Yeah, it's almost certainly going to be a 5 AA.
All right, I posted the link in the Discord.
Awesome. I
All right,
added
so
you
yeah,
on,
we'll definitely
I'll
get you in here.
We'll
for
get you in
game.
for the other draft. That was.
Yep.
Well, you mean like game 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll pull you in for game 2. Yep.
Oh, sweet.
All right, dude. Talk to you later. All right, how are you feeling, Tony?
Good. Let's see. I gotta put this on.
Is the Twitch stream live, by the way?
It's like 6 minutes behind.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well then it's probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just let me know for the next one. I'll hop on.
Will do.
All right. Bye.
See you.
Is it spring already?
All right, I gotta be in touch with this camera controls. I gotta be on game. You want to give us the? Are you ready to give us the lane rundowns, Tony?
What the?
Oh yeah, they are doing a 1 Legion. They really switched it up. Yeah. Once. Looks like Radiant's gonna go for a gank here, but Dire, the flaming hot crispies, got first bear on AA in the bottom lane, with Slim Jimmy on the Visage, and then middle lane we got Camby on the Sniper, and top
30
lane we got
seconds
Big
to
Dick
battle.
Lanham on
Not
the
bad at
Earthshaker,
all.
and Random Hero on the Legion Commander. And for the Radiant, I have to assume we have Jeffersize on the Phoenix bottom, and I believe this is going to be a mid Timbersaw,
I think it's
By
the
Zach?
position 5 Phoenix.
and Lord knows that. No, it's a 3.
Okay.
Well, I guess you can call it whatever you want. It's a solo.
The battle
They're doing
begins.
an aggressive try.
We've got immediate action at the top rune.
Yeah, they're gonna nab that, and they can't do anything. They lost all the runes.
And who's paying for Ian is spam pinging his Visage.
Absolutely wonderful.
All right, sorry, I did not mean to interrupt your beautiful introduction. I just
No,
wanted
I
to
think
make
we
sure
got
we
there.
didn't miss any
The
action.
tri lane we got Mr. McDog on the Lich and Castro on the Lion and Box Rocks on the Ursa.
So are we going to see a rotation out of Dire to respond to this tri lane, or do you think this is temporary by Radiant? And they're going to move the Lion to bot lane.
Yikes.
Because you
Well,
can see
bottom's
already
going to be a
Jeff
kill
already.
almost.
Oh my gosh, already having to use that salve.
It was close. I don't know if they want to respond with... No, I don't. I ideally, you don't want to have to bring another person to top. Because I think Legion and Earthshaker want their levels. And they're bringing 2 people to top. Alright, I'm lost. Oh, they're just going for the early kill.
Oh,
is
yeah.
this something? Oh, no.
It's a really good stun.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That was a good stun.
Wow.
Legion
so
swapping to bottom.
yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and just do a solo lane versus a solo lane bot.
Ursa TP'd bottom now.
I am.
They're just trying. They're
genuinely-
just trying to match the Ursa where the Legion is.
And then they're gonna
there.
bring Aaron bottom. It looks like as well.
They're bringing the Phoenix up top now. Amazing.
And once again, you have Steven going against Zach in the mid lane. Canby has mitted against Zach more times than I think any other matchup configuration.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Timber against Sniper? I feel like it's kind of a do-nothing lane for both heroes. Like, because of that reactive armor, the Sniper's not getting a kill. And the Timber can just stand in the creeps and get last hits, but the Sniper, like, obviously far outranges him. And unlike a Kunkka or Dragon Knight, there's really no threat.
The
to
problem
Sniper.
is the headshot, and he's just gonna max headshot. And the reactive armor is great and all, but like to a certain extent. Like if he gets a couple wraith bans and then he has his headshot, like it's not something that you can just AFK and take the hits. Like right now he'll heal through most of it, but I don't know. It will be a snoozer. I don't think anyone's gonna die for a while.
Quite boring. Although Zach is dominating the last hits, almost double anyone else in the game. For the first
Yeah.
3 minutes. So
I think Steven's focusing a lot on trying to just get the tick damage on him, and then it's just healing right back up. So he's just missing a lot of the last hits.
I'm still confused by the roles on this team. We saw the Legion and the Visage laning together there for about a minute and a half. Was it just because of TP?
It's just because of TPs. Legion had to come back top. They're in a weird thing. They're like, as long as Radiant's smart about this, they're in like a really bad bind because they need the Legion to not be against the Ursa. And ideally they have the Visage against the Ursa, but the problem is they're the ones that, because Radiant started in the correct lanes, like they had their better matchup, Dire's on the back foot, because as soon as they TP, then Radiant already has their reactive TPs to go back. So constantly, if they TP at all, Radiant's TPs will always be off cooldown right after, so they can just switch back to how they want it. It's like really weird, but it looks like it's settling out now well for them.
It's super interesting. I'm really curious how all these. Well, I'll stop talking because it looks like we have some action in the top lane.
He's gonna fly
It's
out.
just gonna Icarus dive out of there. That Phoenix has such mobility early in the game. It's really tough without a root or a stun, and even then you need the damage to follow it up.
Yeah, their team is, they'll get there. They kind of have, like, no good early hold. Oh, Zach might dive Steven in the mid now. He doesn't have
Yeah, he's
chain.
completely under tower now.
Steven's not doing anything without headshot.
There's that
What?
3 points in reactive armor.
Dire's
He is
middle tower is under
regenning
attack.
at an unbelievable rate. He's almost at full health, completely under tower.
Yeah. With the stout shield, you can just sit and creep waves. It's pretty crazy.
Money changes.
Dire's
It's
middle
like-
tower is under attack.
To be honest, the Visage would be pretty solid against the
For the dead.
Timber, but it's like too late now, I think. They
It's
can't
gonna be
even.
3 runes.
Dyer's
Oh, so they
middle
even
tower is
rotate
under
the
attack.
AA, and they can't even get him.
Is he gonna freeze? Oh, he almost froze. I think he got
think-
knocked by the headshot too many times. Yeah, they're doing
He's
absolutely. He has
crochet under
21 armor. 23 armor. Oh my god.
Wow. Zach is I think his most games in Dota. He doesn't have many. I think he has sub 300, sub 400, but most of his games are on Timbersaw. So you don't really have a comfort pick for Zach, but if I had to say, I would say
He'll
this
see
is
the timber saw.
yeah, I would say this is probably the closest to a comfort pick you'll get with Zach.
He's
Even
got
with the
pretty
double
solid
damage.
lane.
Even with the double damage, Camby is just doing nothing.
Yeah.
To this Timbersaw. Looks like they're really playing it safe, both teams. I think they're focusing on farm and not really making too many plays for kills.
Yeah, the Radiant's really far ahead now. I think you are gonna see the Midas Ursa.
I told you.
I think when you're already floating 2k and have
gold.
free farm, it's like that point. But the problem is that might just let Dire farm up. I don't know. Ursa should like
Aaron-
have this
yeah, go
game, and I feel like farming is just gonna waste like your lead.
They land the stun on the Legion Commander in the top lane, but I don't think they're gonna have the damage to follow it.
Ursa just
Oh.
dove super hard. Ooh, not enough.
So how much gold did that Ursa lose? Did he buy out in time? It looks like he bought the phase boots in time.
You grabbed the
Before
boots.
dying. Yeah. But that's risky. You're floating 2k gold and you dive tower.
Yeah, that was not what he was looking for. All the slow coming out from AA just kind of held him in place. The slow was AA and Visage. A ton of slow.
My dead body.
Who has the advantage late game? I think the best late game hero is the Ursa, but I think overall the Dire has the better scaling team into the late game.
I think, yeah, I think Sniper just like almost always will win late game if your team can keep you alive.
I mean, just how do you push high ground against a 6-slotted sniper? It's really difficult to do.
Yep. They have the heroes for it though, definitely. Like between like Timber, Phoenix, and Ursa just jump and they dive so fast, but not only do they jump, but they just live. So if they all get on the sniper, it doesn't really matter what everyone else is doing. They'll probably kill them, and then I don't know, if they live through that, they just win. It's kind of weird. Like I feel like
Dyer's middle
Timber's
tower
gonna run this
for
game.
Zach's going for the kill mid, but I would hardly call this diving at this point. He's just doing Timbersaw things.
Yeah, he's just doing what he wants.
Yeah, Zach and
Dyer's
the
middle
Timbersaw and the
tower is
Ursa
under
firmly
attack.
in control of the farm so far.
This will be
Seeing pretty good efficiency at the 10-minute mark from both the cores on Radiant.
He has 33 armor. Steven's gonna die here. Oh,
Does he have that mana?
he has 3 mangas.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like maybe if you're the sniper, you try and cut up to that shrine and call for a TP. It looked like if you could dodge the trees or the timber chain, you might have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if
Dyer's
he,
middle tower is
oh,
under
Crow almost
attack.
got sniped. I don't know if he just thought he wouldn't dive him up into the woods, but
We have the egg come out
yeah.
from the Phoenix
This
top.
Earthshaker's gonna be hurting, but pumped up.
It's gonna get just away in time.
Pumped up and saved.
A little overzealous in the egg. Very little follow up. I think maybe a communication error with the Lion. If he says that a little bit earlier, they land the stun a little bit further away from the tower. They pick up that kill on their Shaker.
Money changes hands.
That egg radiance hurts.
Ooh, this is a dead lich. My Sniper will take the last hit there.
Again?
It's good distribution.
And that's good. That's what you want to see, especially after the sniper falls early. That's an easy 212 gold back in Canby's pocket after stumbling. I'd say I would say that's putting it a little nicely. Stumbling against the Timbersaw.
Dyer's middle tower
Yeah,
has been
that's a good
denied.
counter pick. That's the problem with picking their comfort picks, is they just kind of ignored what
Steven's
the
gonna
other
fall
team.
again.
Yikes! What the other team was gonna pick. So they kind of picked right into like the strat that the other team was going for.
And there's just nothing First Bear is going to be able to do here.
Yeah.
He's going to attempt to fall to the
Dyer's
creeps,
middle
but
tower
Leaving
is
might
under
have been the option earlier, but
I feel like that's kind of the issue with AA as well. He's a really, really strong support with items, but he just has no catch, and stuns and roots are so important
Dyer's middle
right
tower
now,
is under
specifically with their team comp. They have such high DPS.
they pick up a dual kill top. Yeah, I mean it combos well with what they're trying to do. They're just
and he'll get the
Sniper's
lion
gonna
as
pick
well.
up a lion, but nice.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Can't
They're
be
just, like,
responding to adversity.
Not in the great spot of laning right now. I don't know, where's their Visage at? Visage isn't doing too bad. He's actually highest for their team.
So you have Legion Commander queuing up the Blink Dagger early. Does that signify to you that they're going to just try and roam like as a gank squad and try and pick up kills?
Yeah, I don't think they should, but they are. I mean, you just need a blink on Legion, especially if it's a 1. Like, if they're supporting or something, it's fine not to have it, but she's going to be
I think
absolutely
he might
useless
fall
without
here.
it. Fisher. Mine doesn't have 6 yet. She's definitely in trouble. But the pump, he's going to egg. Yeah, they can go on it. They decide not to. I think they would have.
Yeah, they had the
killed it
lion
pretty
follow
easily.
up with the Earth
Radiant's
Shadow
top
there
tower
too,
is
or
under
Spike.
attack.
There's only 5 attacks to this. I think they would have killed that pretty fast. Visage is gonna live. Zac is gonna fall, maybe? That's a hero.
Dyer's bottom tower
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Is Zach going to get the triple kill here? That
if they
is
stay.
insane.
Hard to play, dog. 40 armor.
Dyer's top
That is
tower
got 40
under
regen.
attack.
And just, I mean, wow. How low did he fall during that fight? Sub
He had about
100?
10
Dyer's
HP,
bottom
but
tower
they're
is
doing
under
like
attack.
2 damage a hit. And they didn't back when they should have. As soon as Visage fell, they should have left, but they stood there. I don't understand what was going on
Dyer's
with that.
bottom
I think he's
tower
just going to
is
run away
under
with this
attack.
game now. It's almost impossible for them to win with
Dyer's
their
bottom
lineup.
tower has fallen.
Is there an item you can build if you're the, you know, maybe the Legion Commander or the Visage?
To be honest, the Visage should just be getting a Spirit Vessel instead of a Midas. Like, once they get a Spirit Vessel, they can just win, but they don't
Zach
have
is just
anyone going for
diving
one.
a tier 3 at this point. There is nothing
Yeah.
this AA can do. That
They
is a level
I don't know
5.
why, like, I don't know. They should just put someone that can clear the wave safely and then leave it alone.
Are they going to go for the duel here? They've got the whole team.
When it's safe, they're going to try to, but he's just going to leave. They don't have that many stuns. Headshot's not procking. Ursa's
And
coming in.
here comes the Ursa.
Yeah, he's got his
Dyer's top
blink
tower
now.
is under attack.
They're going to fight this under
Good
Shrine.
Lich ult, but it's going to be split away. And that's going to be dead. Visage as well.
Yeah, this is not what you needed.
And that's only 3 of their team.
I almost trust you.
It's a
Dyer's
8k
top tower
advantage in
is under
14 minutes
attack.
as well for the
I
team.
I think Dyer thought they were going to have a much easier laning stage than that, because they're doing everything for the late game right now, and they're never going to get to a late game.
Dyer's top tower.
Yeah,
has
I mean,
fallen.
Sniper can defend high ground, but when a Timbersaw is regenning health faster than you're even doing damage, there's not going to be much to defend.
Yeah. Yep, it's not a... If AA should definitely be trying to get 6. All of them should definitely have 6, because his 6 is what's going to win him the game. Like, they need a Spirit Vessel, but also he has a built-in one if he ults. I think all their problems would be solved if they just had an AA ult on the Timber every time. Like, it would be a completely different story.
They're going to get the duel off on the Lion. That's good. Some extra damage for the Legion Commander.
He's
But
going to
this
come in from
team-
the back and just kill the AA right now. He missed.
These cores are unbelievably
Gotta
good.
leave. Nope.
Monster kill.
And with AA down, they can't fight him. They just have to leave.
This Timbersaw
That is a dead
is
sniper.
4 levels higher than any other character in the game.
They're, I don't know if they're just not used to playing against it, but they're, like, not respecting it whatsoever. Like, this man's been free farming and killing heroes this entire time, and they still, like, don't back when they see him. I don't know, I think that's, like, the main issue that they're having is, like right there is he came up behind, killed the AA, and instead of leaving or TPing, they all just stood around to fight him.
Changes hands.
I could be mistaken on this, but I believe Timbersaw in any sort of TI or OTL situation has only ever been picked in a single game, and that was all the way back almost a half year ago in TI1. So
I
I'm
don't
really
even
not
remember it being picked.
not a hero we're used to seeing get picked, but that inexperience may be
Dire's
showing
bottom
for
tower is under
Brian's
attack.
team.
Yep, and Echo's gonna come out to kill Ursa.
You know, that is the one thing about Big Dick Lanham is no matter how
Dire's
far
top
behind
tower
his
is
team
under
gets, when
attack.
he's on that Earthshaker, he is always good for at least 2 or 3 solid Echo plays. And they seemingly almost always
Radiant's
come
middle
when
tower
they're
is under
defending
attack.
base.
They're going for a kill on this Lich. It's not gonna be
Dire's
enough.
top tower is under
be
attack.
fine.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This ward top is getting picked up by the Dire Sentry, but they haven't made a move yet to.
I think they just know the Timbers, and their entire goal now is just stay away from Timber. And I think the only time they want to fight him is if they can AA blast him. Otherwise, they're just gonna die.
Camby is
Sniper's
very,
dead.
very deep
Radiant's
here.
middle tower
Yep.
is under attack.
He's gonna get clapped.
Shoot down again if I could.
He also has no items.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Timbersaw got the
attack.
Holy Locket. I feel like that's the most BM item you could have bought.
Yeah, that's the way I've been beating you this entire game. I'm now going to rub it in your.
Well, it's also like that item is completely useless as soon as you have an AA blast or a Spirit Vessel on you.
Is under attack.
So like normally you'd never want to pick it up when they're just going to be doing that, but like this is the first time he's gotten the AA ult on him this whole game. So
Also, if they
Guess
don't
it doesn't
follow
matter.
up after the AA blast,
it's useless. Yeah.
Dire's
it's.
middle
I
tower
mean,
is under
it
attack.
literally you just go right back to healing and at twice the speed.
Legion.
Also,
They're going in.
yeah, they're gonna dive right here.
Radiant-
Finger
That's
comes
a
out on the
finger.
AA.
Oh my. Earthshaker's
That's a
gonna fall
buyback.
as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I also wouldn't put it past Zach to just go, you know, they are not going to use their skills effectively or itemize effectively, so I'm going to build this item anyway, even though they have the counters.
Yeah. I mean, when you're that far ahead, you just pick the thing that's gonna keep you ahead. And it's not bad to just have more regen at this point. I mean, this fucking character, he's standing under T4s and still regenning
Dire's
at
middle
80.
tower is under
They're
Not
not
to
taking
mention
damage.
the Lich Frost armor. I mean, they are diving Fountain at 19 minutes. I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like this.
Yeah.
In a TI or an OTL.
Like the rest of his team slowly chipping away at the racks, and he's just soloing the whole team.
He's not even taking damage from this sniper. They have no way to hurt him. Look at
That
this.
is
This
quite
is-
the counter pick scenario going on here.
So this is an outdraft in your
Dire's
mind.
middle tower.
100%.
I mean, they're going to get the AA blast
Like,
on him.
just watching the
They're gonna
narrative of
pull
mid,
off.
there was nothing that they could do, and then I think they could have executed better,
Oh,
but it was still going to be a struggle.
they get him. He's going to fall to
800
literally
gold
every
to the
skill and
sniper.
ult.
Yeah. Oh, they got the salami up too.
I mean, that took every single weapon in their arsenal to get that kill.
The one thing that they should be wary of though is, I mean, they're 11k ahead, but it literally takes like 1 or 2 items on Dire to completely shut down the Timber, eventually. So
Is anyone working on that
Radiant's
spirit
top
vessel?
tower is under
they
attack.
better be.
You almost have an Atos on the
An
Visage.
Atos. I mean, he's probably gonna have a BKB before they get Atos, if that's what he's getting. Is he playing it safe? No, he's getting Yule. Same thing.
Pat's gonna go on the sniper. He's gonna hit the shrine, but it's not gonna be enough.
Oh, the slow. Good fissure. This Ursa might be dead. Dire does have the benefit of Radiant thinking that they're much further ahead than they are.
And that's more dual damage on the Legion Commander, too.
Yeah.
Who's going Radiance is queued up on the Legion Commander.
The didn't help with their net deficit, but you know.
No, I'm sorry.
a
Is that a Divine Rapier?
Yeah, that's a rapier.
Do you think he sticks with that, especially if the game continues to move sort of back towards the middle?
Dire's bottom tower
That seems like
is
kind of a
under attack.
desperation pickup to me.
Does he have a blink?
Yes.
It's worth trying, just because it'll work on the rest of the team.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't know what else he'd get against the Timbersaw right now, but I mean, I
A
guess
Desolator?
Desolator would help some, but
It'd allow your sniper to do more damage.
yeah, that's maybe your
Ursa
best
is
chance.
hitting.
Silver Edge would probably have been the number, and just purge him off, and then all 30 armor's just
Dire
gone.
are scanning.
Pretty good.
They do send out the scan, so they know that this Ursa's here. And
Ursha's.
oh, this A blast
my
right
lord.
there, that was very close.
Yeah, almost gets the kill.
This man had some of the
Wait.
worst bash luck I've ever seen.
Well, he also doesn't have lifesteal. When you're gonna go do Roche as an Ursa, you know, one item will make it. You can do it at level 6. Without that item,
has a Midas
apparently
queued
you
up as
still
well.
struggle at 10.
Hey, he knew he had the fountain ready to go. Just pop on over there.
He's going back in.
I don't think he can do it, to be honest.
I'm honestly just scientist baffled right now. He used the enrage off the start, so he's not even getting the bonus damage. Like he used the enrage before. I don't know if he had his old stacks on there and I misread something, but you always want to just get the stacks up. You hit enrage once and you one hit Roche. Yeah, Zach's just gonna walk in here. The AA blast is
Earthshaker
up.
has
He's going back to base. Priorities
So I don't know if you missed
are
it, but
definitely they shut down the Phoenix. Legion's gonna fall though. Sniper is back out into the field. I'm not sure if that was the play.
that's a dieback from the sniper as well,
Dire's
right?
top tower is under attack.
Yep.
Yeah. Yikes. So I don't know if you missed it there, but the Earthshaker actually trapped the Timbersaw in the base with his team, and it looked like it was
no.
going to be great, but as soon as that AA blast wore off, that holy locket kicked in, and Zach was almost to full health immediately.
Oh, he also.
Dire's
Oh
bottom
yeah.
tower is under attack.
Oh my god.
It's a bloodstone as well.
He didn't use that earlier. It was, I think that was a different fight, I guess, or maybe in the beginning of this one.
It's a dieback from the Legion Commander as well. I think that's game. You
They're
saw
just
a
like-
little.
I guess they gave up.
They had a sign of life. They picked off the Ursa
Dire's
down by
bottom
their
tower is under attack.
their shrine. They won that team
Radiant
fight. They 4-0'd. But maybe from where we were sitting, there was a little bit less hope from the Dire team than it looked.
Yeah. Turns out that their lineup was not good. Timbersaw was like the best last pick I think they could have had. I think that was a good call all around.
I think that's why you you see why last pick is just so good. And so Brian didn't have first player pick, and he didn't have last hero pick. I think that's just putting yourself at a disadvantage in like every possible category.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were valuing so much. I assume it was the Viper. They wanted to just get that in the beginning and roll with it. Or maybe it was the Earthshaker, I'm not sure. But they valued something enough to go for the first pick.
They wanted I think they really wanted the Viper, and I didn't think they expected it to get banned. I'm gonna take a quick break. Is that cool?
Yep, we'll get a 5-minute break in. while they think about life, and then we'll get them back for game 2.
Awesome.
looks like the coordinator's having some fun.
Yikes. Hopefully it's quick. I think it was like 2 minutes earlier it went down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like about to share the lobby in our chat, and then it like popped up, and so I can't do. Like I was hitting the invite. Oh man.
We should talk a little bit more about that first game, but I want to say specifically, I know there's not too much to break down, but I don't know. I'm just like looking over these teams again, and I really think that they have the potential to be evenly matched. I don't think that, like, skill wise, I think this is, you see Jeff and Zach on the same team, and it's a little scary, but I mean, there are some really strong players on both teams. So
yeah, I think laning and approach could have definitely been stronger. Like when you look at that lineup, you know that they're gonna be hitting you hard early, like they have the early game, and they didn't really get, like, I guess they tried. I think the sniper against Timbersaw is now super noted as a very, very bad matchup. Like, after like 10 seconds in that lane, I feel like he thought maybe he could like curve out of it with levels, but like at what point in that lane does he just be like, all right, like someone else coming in here? I don't know. I think off the top, if you had like Visage or something, it would have done a little bit better.
yeah, hopefully in the future. Oh, so the coordinator's back up, by the way. But hopefully in the future, if people are looking, we have a lot of sniper players. Hopefully people know now not to let the Timbersaw through.
Yeah, it's interesting. That is I mean, that honestly, I might go back and rewatch, but Zach made it look like, you can put anybody in that matchup because Steven was doing 0 damage, and it's not like he did the wrong build either. He was getting Wraith Bands. His farm was not, it wasn't great, but it wasn't like so far behind that he was lacking that much damage. Like, he was maxing headshot, he was getting Wraith Bands, like he was doing all the damage outlets a sniper could do early. And
Well, I remember you said earlier, you were like, I asked you at the start of the game, I go, is this a kind of a snoozer lane? And you go, well, things could get a little dicey for Zach with the headshot procs. And then I just remember you saying that, and I watched and it went quack, quack, quack 3 times in a row. But as fast as he was getting the quacks, he was regenning the health. And I go, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. It looks like until he gets an item, he's not gonna be able to actually do any damage. And you go back, and that game ended at what, like 19-21 minutes, it looks like. But by the 17-minute mark, the sniper had just bought a javelin.
Yeah, he was super behind. I think they like, I think it was like half they probably could have executed differently towards the Timber, but I genuinely think a good half of it was just like not respecting the Timber. Like there's merit to that, to not, like, there were a lot of times where, like, really off the top they should have recognized, like, this is a threat that we can't kill yet, and as soon as they saw him in lane, like, back up. And I think almost every time they saw him in lane, or like he engaged on one of them, they just sat there trying to finish him off, and they just died one by, like, I think half his deaths were collateral from them just like trying to fight it out and kill him off without the proper utensils. And it was like,
if we had the technology, I would be pulling up that one. I mean, you gotta say
that one mid one.
The one mid one.
Yeah.
They sent 3 heroes. And he's just standing there. He gets down to about 10 HP, and he regens fast enough to kill all 3 of them. I think that's one of the, certainly not interesting, but one of the, best plays I've seen, at least in a while. But that's just an understanding of the hero. You have people who, like I said, Zach's comfortable on Timbersaw, and he knew that at 10 HP, I feel like a less experienced player would try and Timber Chain out of there, or not play as aggressively, or not stand under tower. But you just have that knowledge on the hero to make plays like that, and it paid off really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think once he started getting the stomps on the sniper, he was like, all right, this is their highest damage output right now. So I'm just going to go dive towers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I think that fight in mid was like the defining one too, where he's just like, oh, they actually can't do anything.
I mean, any question that the MVP of game 1 is the Zach Timber
Oh
song?
yeah, no, I don't think anyone else played in that game, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I literally don't think we said the Lich's name other than to say, oh, the Frost Armor.
I
is
saw
making
like
this
one, yeah,
strategy
the Frost
more
Armor
bullshit.
was actually
Yeah.
a really good combo. I'll get like,
Yeah.
the draft was very nicely done. I like their draft a lot, and like, I thought the Ursa was gonna pop off more, but I guess I didn't realize how much Timber wins that lane, like, handedly. I thought he was gonna be a little more delayed, but yeah, no, dude, like, I saw a Lich ult once, and that's, you know, there's some good eggs. Like, everyone on their team played fine. I think Ursa, like, dove a couple times, and that Roche was stupid, and not getting lifesteal on Ursa is, like, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life, and I don't think that's how you play it, but other than
Well,
that, they were all fine. They kept up.
I'm looking forward to seeing the spicy Cheetos, the flaming hot Crispies.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Learn from their
whipped out a
mistakes.
meme. Like,
I
did
don't.
they
It's an
honorable-
elimination game. I think.
So,
I mean, Brian and
so
I mean,
Dooku.
their team is. This just in. I do have a little bit of breaking news for you.
Mhm.
They have employed world famous coach Sexy Rexy to join their team. He's not playing, but he will be assisting them in the draft. It looks like. So they're bringing in some outside help after what can only be described as a disastrous game 1. Do you like the move?
Yeah. Does the other team want Surya?
You here, let me send a message.
Yeah, I can ask him directly as well if you want, but I guess we have to ask both of them.
I'm gonna hop in their call room.
Okay. Radiant.
They are feeling confident. They are feeling good about their chances. They do not want to coach. They said, let them have a coach. Let them have the advantage.
Do you think that Sexy Rexy is going to be an advantage, or is there just going to be a lot of flame getting tossed around?
We hate on Sexy Rexy a lot here in OTL and TI. He's we had hashtag Sam sucks at one point.
Yikes.
But I will say that when it comes to game knowledge, Sam has over 2,000 games. He is a calming presence in the Discord. Brian said it during the draft. He was going for the friend strategy and for the comfort pick strategy. And I think just having Sexy Rexy in that call is a boost to that mentality of play. Does it help them win? I don't know. But it may. Sorry.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, I think I have no idea actually if it's gonna help or not. Like, I could totally see it just like messing with them a bunch. Wait, shit. Hold on, I gotta figure out what pick is who. What pick did Brian want? Second, so Radiant goes first. Shit.
Yeah, so I mean, this is an immediate response to game 1, right? Brian wanting the second pick.
Yeah.
Like, that's directly a response to him struggling, I think, to keep all of the threats in mind. I think when you play against someone like Zach or Jeff, and you've got to play against both of them, you need to keep... So they go immediately with the Ricky Lifestealer, just like... here. Yeah, sorry. So they go immediately with the Ricky Lifestealer.
Yo.
There you go.
CK, the same ban as last time as well. So far, nothing new.
Nothing new so far.
Sorry, were you able to catch game one? I know there was some
The
technical
snoozer.
difficulties.
It was wild.
Yeah.
The biggest
Having-
pop off we've
Team
seen in
back.
any of these.
It was pretty much Zach versus the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there were some pretty heavy misplays, I think, by the team. Like, I think if you review that tape, like the Ursa didn't play particularly well, specifically, but it was just such a counter pick.
It was a beautiful counter pick. That was I think we've seen a couple last picks by Zach
Dire
that
team
completely like shut down. Like every single game
Radiant
that he's
team
popped
pick.
off, it's pretty like black and white usually if he pops off or not. And like every single time that it's a game where he just wins the game himself is like one of those where they last pick some ridiculous counter pick and he just like goes wild.
Yeah, I mean, you just think back to again, and you think
The Timber
Random
Band.
Hero would know better. He had this happen to him with the Sky Wrath against his Drow Ranger strat. You
Yeah.
know, you'd think he would have learned. That's the second time that's happened to him. So hopefully in game 3 he has third time's the charm. He's learned from his mistakes.
I think I didn't even realize it was also opened up because the Viper was not
10
eligible.
seconds remaining.
Like if they had a Viper and you have that area break, I mean
5
Timbersaul's just gonna die.
seconds
It's a-
Yeah, no, I
it
mean,
would be, and in the mid matchup too, you
Dire
can't even
team
pick it.
pick.
Like it literally would have just been a non-factor for that game.
I really think that they had the Viper in mind going into that draft, and they
Mhm.
did not expect it to get banned in the first phase.
They're going with the Meteor Hammer Bat Rider. It's happening.
So are they going meme? Are they going meme draft?
10 seconds
Yeah, I
remaining.
mean, it's gonna be a viable strat no matter what, but it's gonna be
5
one of those
seconds
that
remaining.
if it works, it's gonna work. It's really gonna work.
Radiant team pick.
But it's again like strats like that are so susceptible to. Yeah, they're doing the scepter maybe instead of the meme hammer.
Well, they've got the double
Double.
lasso.
That's a almost full team grab. Pretty good.
Double Doom.
Doom would be good.
Doom is very meta right now. He's very strong.
There's some
And then we can chant double
solid
Doom.
counter picks against it
10
though.
seconds remaining.
That's the thing. That's what I would be worried against playing against
5
like
seconds
Zach on a
remaining.
team. My biggest worry is what hero am I picking that's gonna be just counterpicked into oblivion. Like what hero just ignores my team because
Yeah.
they know it. He picks it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Jeff and
Radiant
Zach
team
on the same
back.
team. The minds are there. They're gonna go right for the Juggernaut. They are not messing around.
Yeah, you leave that open, it's gonna be picked. That is woo. I mean, Lasso's BKB piercing still, right? Maybe.
Dire
Or did they get
team
rid of
back.
that?
I think in the BKB buff of 7.2, they got rid of that.
Oh lord, they're in danger. That's not good.
I do need a fact check on that, but I believe that it is BKB piercing now. I think that or it does not pierce BKB. I think that they made a point of only really making certain spells like Fiend Script and Black Hole pierce BKB.
All right. Let's.
I mean, do you really pick the sniper with that team? Like, so they banned the sniper. It wasn't much of a problem. I feel like it's really easy to counterpick. Is that more of a let's put Steven into a hole kind of ban, or is that a
10
we have a
seconds
strategy
remaining.
and we don't want the sniper to interrupt that?
5
Well,
seconds
Magnus is in the
remaining.
pool.
Dire team back.
Probably not for long. But in
Dire
theory, if they
team
they left it up. So in theory, if they get the Magnus here, they're probably gonna want to maximize melee cores, and Jug's okay. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like melee cores are either incredibly good against sniper or incredibly bad.
It's the age old if you get on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like if and so
10
Jug's really good at
seconds
that
remaining.
sometimes. Like if you're going blink route, because you can just blink and
5
omni slash him,
seconds
and
remaining.
generally a sniper's in a bad spot where his team can't help him, so he's just gonna die. Like you can just delete him right off the bat. So it's kind of weird. Maybe they just didn't want the blink. But if they're thinking in terms of a Magnus, they're going to maximize melee cores. It's kind of hard to deal with a sniper, especially pushing high ground with all melee cores is a difficult task. So maybe they're thinking about that, or they're just like, let's see what Steven can play other than Sniper Viper. and Ricky. They're literally just banning Steven's heroes. It's amazing.
I mean, Earthshaker is still in the pool.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, I mean, Big Dick Lanham does have the most limited hero pool of the players left, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He could play a Grimstroke, I think.
I believe in his Grimstroke.
Yeah.
I
his
think,
team fight is really strong. His team fighting is really strong. He
10
tends to know
seconds remaining.
the appropriate time to press his buttons. So, and on Grimstroke,
5
that's
seconds
all you really
remaining.
need.
He's definitely reliable to get what he needs to do done. That's the thing. I don't think I usually see him have any needless deaths in a team fight. Like, he plays on the safer end, but to the point where he can make sure he gets the payload delivered.
He
his
plays
spells
safe and
get out.
presses his buttons, and that's all you really need.
That's what you need, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
How do you feel about the Slark versus Jug
It's good.
position 1 matchup?
It's very good. It's I can't think of a reason why it would be bad. I think Jug usually capitalizes on combos that can hold down and he can spin for the early game, and obviously Dark Pact just says no to that. And then later Omni Slash is what's doing a lot of your kills, and Slark's ult, if he just saves it for Omni Slashes, it's a non-factor and he can live through it.
So
it has
I
a lot
like
of stuff.
I like the Underlord pick with Lich Jug, but I feel like that's kind of weak against Slark.
Radiant
He is
team
going to
pick.
rack up.
That's what I was
SG.
trying to. It is kind of a weird
Yeah.
thing. They are going all out. This is amazing.
I mean, everyone has a Grimstroke benefited
Yeah.
ability, at least
And
one.
The enfeeble extended durations are going to be
Wow.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The attack slow on Jug is really good as well.
Yeah, I
10
think does it
seconds
apply to the
remaining.
leash as well from Slark?
Yeah, it applies to the leash from Slark as
5
well.
I mean,
seconds
that's-
remaining.
Potentially absolutely terrifying. You got to make sure whoever you put on that is, I mean, I guess they don't have to be like a top tier player. You just got to remind them just like, hey, make sure every person, like, treat it like track. Like, everyone we want enfeeble on when we can. Our primary target should have it
You
on
take
them.
the early skill point in it too. As someone who plays a decent amount of Bane, in the olden days, and by olden days I mean like 6 months ago, you would just not even skill it until you had multiple points in every other ability. Like, you're going potentially second talent branch, second point in ultimate
Dire
before you get
team back.
enfeeble.
There's the puck.
So there's the puck.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I guess it's a box of rocks Jug.
Oh, definitely.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I think
Jeff will
you
be
put
on the
Jeff
puck.
on the puck, and then Zach's hero last. It looks like
Wait for that counter pick.
they're gonna have
Who their
go
front runner is going to be
10 seconds
on the
remaining.
on Flamin' Hot Crispies. So I feel like they don't have anybody
5
beefy
seconds
to kind
remaining.
of take
Yeah,
up
they
some
don't-
damage,
they
like their
don't-
Underlord.
Underlord would have been great for him. Like, they need that
Right, yeah.
spaceman.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't even know if Axe fits the bill here. I feel like
Radiant
he kind
team
of
back.
doesn't do too well against that.
Are you
It's hard against an
sending Bat
Underlord,
Red or
though.
mid? Are you sending that Bat Red or mid?
Unless they're going old school and throwing the
'Cause
Bane.
you could take a Dragon Knight here too. You could
We
take
could.
a DK
That'd be a
mid.
good option, I think.
Yeah. I think that fits the bill, definitely.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Create some space for the Slark, put some pressure on the other team. You take that tower top early. The Jug can't farm as safely in his jungle.
They get rid of Monkey King.
Dire team pick.
Tide
Ooh,
hunter.
tied.
Another again, I feel like Slark is he
gonna be
benefits from
last
having
in
a
the
tide.
game,
Yeah, he benefits from having a tide in the game. That's more essence shift counters on him.
Yeah, if Slark gets his items, he has a pretty good free roam this game, I think. It's his game to pop off. I don't think they have any kill potential if he's at
10
critical
seconds
mass.
remaining.
There's no. I mean, you control him, I guess,
5
with the puck,
seconds
but
remaining.
Yeah, Puck's
They
ult
don't
is
even
all
have
they
a-
have.
And they don't even have a support that can really lock him down. Like a shaman instead of a lich, you go classic jug shaman, I think would have been stronger than the. I mean, the lich jug is really good in lane, but yeah, they have very little control on this Slark. He can dark pact off most of the potential negatives in this game. It's going to come down to hitting item timings, though. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I think windows, like windows of time, is what Dota's all about. You know.
Yeah.
Each team has like a certain window, and if you don't hit your goals within that window, I think you get rolled. And that's from personal experience.
This is a really great walk at you team too, which
Yeah.
people tend to not. I don't know. I feel really, really strongly about. Also, like, I don't know what heroes people are playing on the Big Brain team.
I think Boxer Rocks will go Jug.
I
He's
think
a
he'll go
big
Tide.
Tide
Jeff on the
fan.
puck.
He's a big Tide guy, though.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
Zach on
He's
the
Maybe
Jug
Zach on the Jug?
Such a snoozer.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
could
I've seen Zach on like something like a jug, but I don't know what else they do.
You could put. I mean, Jeff loves Jug too. I know
I could
Puck
see
is-
Zach on the Underlord. Just
Yeah.
walk at him. I don't see why not.
It's kind of a do nothing hero for the guy who just controls us.
I'm interested to
Now
see
select
if
your
Tidehunter
heroes.
gets his items, if Slark can actually kill him fast enough.
So they are going full
Rager.
walk at you strategy.
Yeah.
Here. It's Jamie on the Slark. I'm excited. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
There's no other man that you can trust that if your team has already lost and it's getting late, you need one man that hasn't been playing yet to come in and save the day.
How do
And
you
it's Slim
feel
Jimmy.
about the can be Razor mid though? I have not seen Razor go mid in a
Yeah.
while.
I would agree.
It
I usually see him
it's
safe with
actually very funny. If he gets some teardrops maybe in the beginning and then some nice salty tears, and I don't know. If it's a
10
puck mid, it's
seconds
really funny
remaining.
because puck can't get rid of, like, you can't
They
deal
have
with the
not
damage
locked
suck.
in a
5
hero
seconds
yet on the
remaining.
other team.
Okay,
Yeah,
they put
like we thought. Boxer
Zach on
Rocks
the
is
Tide.
Jug.
So
Yep.
Zach on the Tide. Wow.
All right.
All right, Surya, prediction before you go. Which team takes this game?
Oh, prediction. I hate to say it, but I think it's Big Brain, guys. I mean,
Big Brain 2-0, easy clap.
yeah, I would say so.
We'll see.
Yeah. My
I
only
think-
issue is that I don't think Flamin' Hot Krispies has a beefy frontliner to kind of absorb all the damage that, Puck and Jug are going to do. And I thought that instead of the Razor pick, I thought they would go, like you said, like a DK mid or
Yeah.
a Huskar would have been good too, I feel like. Unless it was banned. I didn't catch.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Those were in the pool. But no, I see what you're saying. I think they have so much control, though. A lot of control.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah. Tony,
Yeah.
what do you think?
In my, I would like a game 3, and I'd like to see this strat pop off. But face value, I'm saying 2-0 easy clap.
You know what? I'm going to contrarian. I'm going to say we're going to get a game 3. I'm going to get to spend another 45 minutes with you, Tony, in the caster booth. I am going flaming hot all the way. Flaming hot all the way. I think this walk at you strat, I think they are going to walk their way to a 1-1 and a game 3. But,
I'd love to
that's
see
what I
it.
think.
That's
All right.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So Tony, you want to give us the
30
lowdown
seconds
here?
to battle.
Yeah, let's get to the real stuff. Let's see. Radiant, what's his team name again? Big Brains.
Big brains.
We got Box of Rocks on the Jug in the safe lane alongside of Castro on the Lich. In their middle lane, we got Zach on the Watermelon Tidehunter. And on top side, we got Mr. McDog on the Pit Lord and Jeffersize on the Puck. And for the Dire, the Flamin' Hot
The
Krispies.
battle begins.
We got Slim Jimmy on the Slark in the safe lane alongside the first Bear on Bane. And then in the middle lane, we got Camby on the Razor. And in bottom lane, we got Big Dick Lanham on the Grimstroke and Random Hero on the Bat Rider.
So
good
no
stuff.
action on the runes to start the game. It was a 2-2 split for both teams. Let me give you some completely anecdotal information about these hero choices. John, the first bear, hates Bane. and he is playing the Bane as a 5, it looks like. He hates Bane. It's one of his least favorite characters. We frequently get into debates over whether Bane... he knows Bane is a good character, especially right now, but he hates playing him. And Zach, he is a notorious Dota 1 Tidehunter player. I don't know if I have ever seen him play Tide in Dota 2, so that is my completely anecdotal information. 2 players in this game that I have information on.
Oh Lord!
So the puck didn't go mid. I'm surprised. I know it's being played in the pros as a 3. But I was really looking forward to the brothers mid match.
Yeah, I was too. I think the main issue is Puck has a lot of issues if he gets static linked. He can't leave, like he either has to orb away or just like run away, but Razor's usually faster than you. You pretty much will always lose all your damage if you get static linked.
Well, he is causing a lot of issues for this Slark in the top lane, who already gonna have to use that salve.
That was a risky salve too. I thought he was about to pop it off. He's gonna get it towards the tail end though. Save some damage.
And it looks like he's going for that first item wand on the Puck. A lot of spammable spells from the Dire with the Slark Bane combo.
Yeah, that's gonna be on all lanes. I think a wand pickup on all of their characters is not a bad option.
Another thing to note: Grimstroke and Batrider can be absolutely nasty. I think you go look, and he already has the level 2 point in Inkswell. You get a couple of fire stacks, you fly right at him, and those are some dead boys.
Yeah.
There's really no way to avoid that from happening. I think you can
it's
jug
a scary
spin.
lane. Yeah, the spin is going to definitely keep him alive. I think unless he gets himself in like an absolutely terrible position, he should be able to live through it, but his farm will not be as
middle tower is under
easy as it should.
This Puck with about 100 health has rotated mid. They spotted Canby's little run at attempt from behind on Zach and prevented it. But this Razor is really strong early. I'm not sure what the Puck was looking to accomplish there with such little health.
Yeah, what time? Maybe he was just rune checking? I'm not...
They do have the Radiant Ward on rune, so that debunks your theory just a little bit, I'd say.
Oh yeah, they do. I don't know. I have zero clue why he'd go down there. He doesn't have phase shift either. It's very interesting. I'm
Batrider to afford such...
You know, I guess it's not worth right now.
So how do you feel? Again, we'll spotlight the mid matchup. Razor versus Tidehunter, not something you're used to seeing in 7.21, I'd say.
That's gonna be a trade.
Both cores picking up the kills on the supports, and it looks like they're gonna go for more. They're doing a lot of damage.
He's got spin down for a long time. Those early cooldowns are no joke.
But with that wand against the Batrider, it's
yeah, if the Grimstroke got in here aggressively, what's the fires up in 6? If he stays here, he might die. Nah, he's backing it up.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I think you're gonna see a lot of a great stroke of fate from Big Random, hitting both of them and not taking any of the last hits. That's sort of the challenge there. You want to get both the heroes in, you want to get the bonus damage. But you don't want to steal farm from your core. But this should be a highly contested lane for both teams. You should see a lot of action here because the Lich Jug is a lot of damage, a lot of kill potential. But I would argue the Grim Bat is just as much.
Pound's coming out top. It's not going to last long enough, and that's going to be nothing.
They're just gonna sleep the Puck so they get that orb off for the extra damage.
Maybe with the Enfeeble it would have been long enough. Oh, perfect timing for the runes though. He's gonna scoop both those.
Yikes. Yeah, the one of the issues from from the Dire team last game, who is the Dire team in this game as well, is they completely lost rune control almost immediately.
Oh, yeah. They lost all 4 in the beginning.
Yeah.
Some next level stuff. The Bane's stacking up nicely. Oh, he's gonna pull through here. That is terrifying.
I mean, one good orb here. And,
yeah.
And this Slark is toast.
Yeah, it's a bit spooky, definitely.
Yeah.
If the Slark was like 6, it's just like, oh yeah, whatever. But
Thanks for that.
he's gonna salve him
He's
up.
gonna salve his Slark.
Oh,
Oh, and
I
they're gonna
just
pop
put-
it in half.
What a hitbox. Got him. Looks like all the lanes are kind of snoozers right now. The mid battle is just like toe to toe this whole time. Every time I check, they're at the exact same health. It's wild.
Same health and almost identical last hits and denies.
Yeah. This is something.
There's some action bottom though. You're gonna get
Yeah,
the
this
spin,
Lich could
early
die,
spin out.
definitely. I think he should be dead here.
Some weird pathing decisions by the Lich. I'm not sure.
I think he was just trying to avoid the fire, because the Bat Rider didn't preemptively walk over him and then back, which is,
And Randomir is going to take 2
Yeah.
big hits.
Yeah.
The ping is going to come out from the Lich, but he's going to salve up.
Yeah.
Some really, really nice stroke of fates coming out from Big Dick Lanham in the bottom lane. He is connected, I'd say, I'm about 85% of the ones he's
stroking the bottom lane up.
Stroking it.
Full capitalization.
Who better to stroke it effectively than
Then
the Big
Big
Dick
Dick.
Lanham? So,
Oh, Jug's gonna
Oh,
spin
boy.
it out on the. That is a dead man. Yeah. And that is Juggernaut Lich, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, you saw the Grimstroke Bat Rider combo on display, and the Radiant's just gonna say, "We're gonna hit you right back." With
Yeah,
our
yeah.
combo."
That's a nice one-off combo, but here's the meta.
And I believe that is both kills for both teams have come in this bottom lane. It is an early bloodbath.
This is amazing. Puck still hasn't even gotten a single point in phase shift. This is I guess there's no projectiles or anything to dodge, I guess, so just maximizing spell damage right now.
You could dodge some of Bane's stuff if I'm not mistaken, right?
If you go during the animation, but unless you're putting points in it, he'll just recast after. That is a dead Razor. Oh, sniped with the illusory orb. Oh my god.
And in the bottom lane, you're gonna have a trading of supports by these cores, and it looks like the Jug is gonna
Oh,
fall
the
as
Jug
well.
is
No
he's got
spin
Omni
up.
Slash. He's baiting it out. Oh, he spins. He almost
Did not
certainly could have cut
kill.
back. Yeah. I believe that might have been enough to solo.
Yeah,
Would've
and
been
then you had
close.
the Grimstroke walk up
Dire's
behind as
middle
well,
tower
potentially
is under attack.
really big for this Jug.
Yeah.
And
Lasso
they're
is
just
up.
gonna drop the healing ward here. Mana kind of becoming an issue for this Bat Rider. Really looking, and it looks like the Grimstroke is gonna go Tranquil Boots as well, so they're not gonna get mana boots
Yeah.
inside.
Middle is missing.
It's usually not too terrible for the Bat Rider. You actually don't run out as much as you'd think. But Grimstroke, I think it's kind of like definitely, especially when you're the 4, like it's a luxury that can help out a lot.
Well, and also, I mean,
Just to help out the
Aether
team too.
Aether Lens is a really, really strong item mid game on Grim, and so you build those early mana boots, and then you can always disassemble into the
Yeah,
lens,
switch over
even
later.
first item if you feel like it. He's actually gonna knock the Lich into the tail end of that stroke of fate. That was a pretty interesting interaction. We have a stack up in the top lane for the Slark
Dire's middle tower
on
is
the
under
Dire
attack.
side. And this Puck is just going to continually harass this Bane and prevent him from getting either of these runes. It looks like that's this Puck's job. Rotate in a triangle. I don't know if you can see what I'm drawing, but rotate in a triangle from the bounties to the action rune top. And secure those runes for his mid tide and the money for his team.
The Bane is going for this. He didn't enfeeble first. It's not going to last long enough, and the Puck is just going to take it.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle
no.
tower
And
And
is under
potentially get the
attack.
kill here, too.
He doesn't have the cooldowns. Although if Bane chases, oh, sucks pretty good.
So First Bear did go with that early point in the Enfeeble, the pre-alt point, I should say, in Enfeeble. You miss out on a little bit of the damage from, or a little bit of the duration on Nightmare. That extra second can make the difference in 2 brain saps potentially, but I think Enfeeble has just been buffed to oblivion at this point that it is almost certainly
Definitely
worth a
pretty
fringe
good
case where the extra second of Enfeeble is helpful.
Yeah.
Some more action bottom. They're going on this Bat Rider. It looks like the Omni.
Ooh, creep wave just in the nick of time. He probably thought about just Omni slashing after that, and the entire wave shows up to save the day.
Middle tower is under
I mean, that
attack.
is a gnarly combination we're seeing on display. You put the Frost Armor, you spin, and then you Omni slash to finish it off. They need to be careful backing up away from the creep wave
Dyer's
like
top
that,
tower
though.
is under attack.
Yeah, once they're out in the open, one Omni slash will take them both
Yeah,
out.
and he's gonna face boot, he's gonna spin, and he's gonna Omni. And
Yep.
he may not even need it.
Nope.
Yeah, this lane is quickly getting out
Radiant's
of hand
middle
for the
tower
Radiant,
is under attack.
which is scary. That Juggernaut already has a Yasha and full phase boots. No items queued up, but you gotta assume he's gonna go for. I guess you can't assume. Don't
No,
build Battle
I think he
Fury.
just went with the casual Yasha for now. I think he might switch over into something else depending on what happens.
Do you go Maelstrom
Dyer's
first
bottom tower
potentially?
is under attack.
The bat is gonna go top and lasso this
Whoa.
puck, and that is a dead Jeffersize. That rider
And he's
says,
gonna clean up the stack too.
That rider says, "I am tired of dying to this jug bottom. Let me come up and make up some golden experience." by
We-
killing this puck."
We got the partner pacer going on, taking out this stack too. They were both struggling. Oh no. He's just gonna close it up though.
And I think that's really solid communication by Dyer. They knew that this puck was camping these runes. They knew exactly where to find him, and they made him pay.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Yep.
attack.
Very good.
This Grimstroke is needs to be way back in the fountain. I'd say. Oh, they're gonna get the rotation.
Oh no!
Oh wow.
Omni slash cast on the Razor. First bounce goes to the ancient creep that's retreating back into his camp, and so every sequential bounce was just on that ancient creep. And
That
then
is
when he pops out, he
really-
dies.
That's really
Dyer's
lucky,
middle tower
but
is under
also
attack.
exactly what this Dyer team needed. They rotate the Razor, they secure the kill on the Jug. That was
Oh, their middle tower's gonna fall.
that was 400 gold
Dyer's
for the
off.
Slark, who actually picks up the kill on the Jug. So that was good.
Dyer's middle tower.
That would have
Almost
been a
hit me
tower
now.
deny if Razor's whip didn't do damage 5 years after it hit. It was
Yeah, I
like
was a
it
little
hit it
confused.
perfect, like dead on first, and then
Dyer's
didn't do the
middle
damage.
tower is
Then
under
Tide
attack.
hit it. That was really funny.
They are pinging out this Razor. He's farming camps. Do they have vision on him up there? Some interesting. They got a double ward situation on the.
Oh yeah. And that one's about to expire.
It looks like they're wrapping around on this Razor. He does not have tower support.
Oh, he's gonna drums and run.
They get the TP from the
Oh.
Bat Rider, who's walking into trouble himself with not enough mana. It looks like to do his full
Yeah,
combo.
he won't be able to lasso here.
Really interesting. So Dyer has, that really fantastic fresh ward just watching this Jug farm. They're really going to need to take advantage of that vision and make moves on him.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going right for Diffusal Blade too. How do you feel about that?
I was about to point that out. That was kind of one of the first things I was thinking of. It's good. I think it's gonna help a lot on the Razor too, just because he's so fast. So being able to just diffuse him whenever you get him caught out helps actually a good amount.
We got a fight on the Slark under tower, who is just racking up the essence shots
Yeah.
on the Underlord.
Ooh. Oh my god. He actually broke the Puck's coil right before the Dark Path. So
You're
you
gonna
can't
get the
purge.
Ravage off the back of
Yeah,
the
that's a
hill.
good Ravage to survive.
Oh no!
Oh, kill
This
going out.
puck just
On the
melted.
Slark? How did he
Yeah,
do so much damage?
So the Slark was extremely low, extremely. Oh my gosh! And the Jug just dives. There's action all over the map. The Jug literally dove 3 towers to get that kill on the Grimstroke.
On the
He was having
Grimstroke.
himself a game. But to explain, the Slark had so many Essence shifts from hitting both the Tide and the Underlord that he literally did a quarter of that puck's health with each right click. The puck used his blink to dodge the last right click, sends out the illusory orb, and finishes off the Slark, who was really low, didn't have time to back
Oh,
out and
no.
regen from that fight. So great play from Jimmy. Almost enough to get the finish,
Razor fell right into this trap.
but he is
He's just so fast. Oh,
Oh no!
oh, he broke it. He's just gonna die. Yeah, I guess maybe there's nothing else you can do there. He's
This
gonna
Slark
probably
is
want
bottom.
something to deal with that.
And it looks like Boxer Rocks is gonna fall to the Slark, as is the. Oh, no.
Oh, and if Pounce still did damage, he would have had
He would've
another
been
kill.
dead. He would've been Do you think that's
Dire's
just
top tower is under
a
attack. Dire's
a
structures
memory
are
lapse
fortified.
on that, or do you think he was in a position where he just had to go for the kill there?
His boots were on
Dire's
agility, so I
top
found the
tower
problem,
has
and
fallen.
he's just an idiot.
And also, Slark literally 20 gold away from that Shadow Blade. He's gonna pick it up now. All of those past 2 deaths would have been avoided. with that
Oh,
Shadow
man. Oh, big jump on the puck. That rider's pulling him back. Razor's taking the damage. Oh, it's free.
Is
It's
under
free.
attack.
Radiant's deep in the jungle. If they get caught on their way out here, this could be messy. Yeah, they're. Whoa! Bane!
Radiant's middle tower is
Bane
under
is gonna walk
attack.
He's
right into him.
probably vastly confused. He could ult right now. A little bit late on that one, and so Pitlord's gonna get the ult off. I think he didn't have the team backing though. I don't think they would have killed him.
Yeah, it looks like a lack of communication by
Yeah.
Dyer there. I think if I think Bane, who's playing the support, I think if he communicates that he's gonna go for the ult, he keeps that Slark in. Zach's a little deep here.
Dire's bottom
Oh,
tower
I
the
is
think-
under
leash
attack.
just breaks.
Oh man. First, they're being really,
His
really
bottom
stingy
tower
with this
has fallen.
ultimate. I think if he doesn't hesitate there, he goes right on the or the Tide. He has the backup to follow through. Although, look at this Radiant Vision in.
Oh yeah,
in
they
the
see it
jungle
all.
of Dire. So they
Dire's
know
bottom
what
tower
backup is
under
there.
attack.
Yeah, I think I really thought they were gonna go for the Pit Lord, but I
Dire's
think
middle
it looked like the
tower is under
team just
attack.
went with the assumption that he was gonna ult and walk away. And so
They're
even
gonna-
if Bane went on him, I think by the time that the team got there, it would have been long gone. Oh,
And they're just gonna collapse on
really
this
good
Slark.
death.
And Razor's just gonna walk right in.
And he's in danger. They don't have anything to hold
Dire's
this.
middle
He's
tower is
just
under
gonna
attack.
stand. Oh. Not sure if he thought the team was coming or what was happening, but
I'm not sure why he.
or
chose
this is
to
just
walk
some
in.
S tier bait going on that we can't even comprehend. But he made it.
Some 4-dimensional chess going on from the Dire team.
He ran the numbers.
We're struggling to understand.
Dire's
I think
bottom
Razor's
tower
just
is
that
under
fast.
attack.
Yeah. He's pretty that he could stop, chat with the other team, and then leave again. Jug's just gonna spin it out. They need the Bane on that jump probably. I think he already TP'd though.
So, Data, we haven't had a pause in the action. This has been an 11-11 slugfest so far, and they're pinging mid. It looks like they're going to try and collapse on this Tide Hunter Lich.
Yeah, they got the blink on the Bat Rider. Ooh, who are they going for? Oh,
Oh no!
that was that is how you throw a team fight. My lord.
Well, so they get the double silence now.
Luckily, I
They're
think
gonna pick up
Slark.
the kill.
Oh, Slark's gonna
Dire's
die.
top tower is under attack.
Who's
Ooh.
being script?
The Tide Hunter.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Tide Hunter was not animating like he was getting gripped.
He was doing his little swim or something.
Gotcha. Yeah,
If he didn't get Fiend Script there, he would have killed the.
Dire's
Slark.
middle tower
Almost
is under
certainly.
attack.
So they're gonna fall, the Razor and the Bane. They're gonna miss out on it. Looks like all 4 runes potentially, unless this bat goes for these
Dire's
runes.
middle
But
tower has
they're gonna
fallen.
lose a tier 2 mid for that. And things, the kills are even 13 to 12. But I think the real story here, Dita, is look at those last hits for Radiant compared to Dire.
Oh yeah,
He
the net worth is actually the same lead that they had in the last game.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem
and-
like it, but it is.
And this Pit Lord has more last hits than the Slark, and that's really not what you want to see. I know you're gonna try and farm kills as Slark, but he's really hurting for items right now. Has the Shadow Blade? Looks like he's going Vlad's next. How do you feel about that?
He needs life. He needs the life steal. I think. Oh, thank you. I think the Silver Edge might be worth finishing out, but they do need some sort of like Vlad's or something or other. I think it's not bad.
They're gonna dive another tier 2 and pick up another kill on this Razor, who is
Yeah, him and the Bane are on the low ground for no apparent reason.
Well, so I think they had, I think they felt confident. They were under a tier 2. I don't think they realized they've got very little
Oh
vision
yeah, the
up
tier 2 was still up.
defensively.
I didn't realize that. Yeah,
so
that's just.
They had no defensive vision. I didn't think they'd imagine all 5 of their
Dire's
heroes were
Yeah.
still there diving in tier 2. But
that's crazy. And now they're going to the
Radiant's
Rex.
middle tower is under attack.
I think it came down to that mid fight earlier.
Structures are
They fell for like the usual team issue where they went on the Tidehunter. I mean, it's kind of like going on like the Axe or going on the Centaur. Like, there's no point to it. You blow your entire load on someone who most likely might live through it, and then the other team can then just respond to it.
he got the Ravage off before.
Oh yeah, the Bat Rider missed the blink, so they didn't chain their stuns on him, so he just got the Ravage and they killed both. Yeah, it was,
Radiant's top tower
I mean, that was
is under
definitely
attack.
the breaking point. Slark might pick up a turn kill here. Nope, they're gonna coil Ravage, and this is going to be.
This is going to be at
Rax?
least another set of racks.
Buyback?
It looks like there's no buyback on the Slark. No, he does have it. He's
Radiant's
he's choosing
top
not to
tower
use
is
it.
under attack.
They're just going to give up this other laner Rax, it looks like.
Oh. Wow.
Solo Lich out for the kill on the Bane. I guess at this point you're 17k up. What is it?
Yeah, the aggression between the control from the puck and then the just general unwavering of the Tidehunter is absolutely stupid.
I mean, and again, this Razor is just going to walk right into
Yeah.
the Malice. I really, really don't know what to say. This game came off the rails. I mean, I think you look at the numbers and you're going to say that this game and game 1, they're exactly the same story, but there was a point where Dire had complete control. I think the laning phase went exactly how they wanted it to. They traded a bunch bottom. They disrupted this Jugs farm. Their Slark was winning, getting kills in the top lane. They were forcing the puck to rotate and leave. He got a pretty early Shadow Blade, but they lost 2 fights in the mid lane, and that was all she wrote. Two lanes of racks gone.
Yep. It was I mean, I think their laning could have definitely been a little bit stronger, but they came out of it with what they wanted. They had the
Dire's
lead.
top shrine is under
They
attack.
had, kind of they were where they needed to be with what heroes needed to be in certain places, and so they were set up to kind of get to where they wanted to go with this strat. And then they were getting there, and then I feel like they
Dire's
didn't
top tower is under
play
attack.
aggressive enough together.
Dire's top shrine.
Also,
has fallen.
you look back, the vision from who's playing position 5 for the Radiant team, from Castro. The vision provided by Castro allowed Radiant to play extremely
Dire's
aggressively,
top tower
even when
has
they
fallen.
didn't have the advantage in items or heroes. I felt Zach was positioning in such a way that he knew exactly where Dire team was, and he knew he was in no danger. And then, like I was going to say before, there's just been so much action. There really hasn't been time to sort of weigh in on some of these team fights. But I think as a Bane player, you want to Fiend's Grip the Lich. The thought process is that Lich is going to die really fast. And so you want to disable one of the cores. But that Lich was just able to walk away, get off a fantastic Lich ult that literally killed both the Razor and the Bat Rider. and it did a ton of damage. Fiend scripting a Tide who already used his ult, I don't think is
Dire's top tower
Yeah, I think
is
they
under
they
attack.
just generally have used too much inside. They have the toolkit. They're just gonna fall here. Oh my god. They have the toolkit to kill any of the cores that they want. They can take out the Jug almost instantly if they just chain their stuns.
They're gonna call GG. That's game.
Yeah. Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my. So I guess the coach wasn't the number there.
I don't know how to feel about that one. I really thought that game one was due to draft. I thought that it was just a classic counter pick. You know, the team left the pick on the table, and they took it, and they were walled almost all of their heroes by the Timbersaw. But what was the issue here? Because I really did like their draft going into the game.
I think it's the usual. A lot of teams have issues playing aggressive. It's kind of like hitting an early window, but it's different. Like when you're hitting an early window, you are just saying like, all right, we are all laning at this point, where their lineup doesn't necessarily have like a super early window, but they needed to like play completely differently. I think they had some great rotations at one point, like that late laning phase going into the early mid game. They had a couple like rotations, but they never like actually got it all together. Like they kept leaving people in lanes, and which is like generally what you want to do to spread the XP and make sure that you're maximizing like keeping people growing. But the problem there is like their whole lineup is just so strong when they're fighting together that leaving people solo, they're just going to get picked off. And then if you're leaving someone out, your team fight's not strong enough. And then you're just going to lose like maybe a return kill or something. Like if they just balled up, they could have gone one tower at a time. They could have just aggressively gone into the jungle and found the Jug. I think their priorities of what they wanted to kill were kind of a little out of whack because the Jug was kind of uncontested for a long time.
So two things I want to highlight here as we sort of look back on game two. I think early on the story was the communication for Dire. So I want to remember back to at Batrider he falls to the Lich Jug combo, which is just so strong in lane. We've seen it perform in multiple TIs. Those are two of the most commonly picked heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Batrider TP's top. The Bane communicates to his Batrider that the puck has been camping runes, and they go and they get the easy pickup kill on the puck. And I think that was sort of indicative of what they were trying to accomplish early game for the Dire. It's how they wanted that game to go: cause chaos around the map, run at you, walk at you, pick up kills early, disrupt the farm of these cores. But then you look back, and I think the patience by Radiant in that in those fights mid where the Tide Hunter was holding his Ravage until the perfect moments. They were using their skills effectively. The Lich was ulting at the right time. There were very few missed or misused Lich ulties. I think the coordination in team fighting. I mean, you just saw the team fight ability of Radiant on display in those last couple team fights, and I don't think Dire had a team fight win in those last couple team fights when it counted.
They definitely. I mean, I think it definitely came down to just like there's different things that could have helped in different ways, but the main defining factor that if it was flipped the other way would have just completely flipped the game was just like team fight execution and knowing what they wanted to do with their team fights. Like Radiant definitely knew what they were doing. They left the Tide out. They knew that they didn't have to care. If he dies, it doesn't even matter. Like, if he gets the Ravage off, good. If they use everything to kill him, doesn't really matter because they still are coming in with like Omni Slash, everything else. Like, they have a good advantage as well. So they let in with the Tide Hunter, let him like blow their load on him, which they missed in that one fight. And then Jug was doing a really good job of bouncing between jungle and Omni Slash. Like, that's what you always want to do with him, or like with someone like a Faceless Void. You want to just like farm, my ult's up, run into a lane, use your ult, and then run back into the farm, come out, use like free kill ult. And I think you can only do that when your team facilitates it. So I think like it's not just on him. I think the team did a really good job of setting him up for those kills. But Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think
I
we
think that was
saw.
it.
I mean, I really don't think we saw any egregious misplays from either team. I just think, you're totally right. The coordination and communication really shined by Radiant in that last game, specifically in those team fights. You have an MVP pick for game 2 and then the series as a whole?
I did. I'm trying to remember. I was between. I kind of like co-op it between the Puck and the Tide, probably. The Lich actually was really good. Maybe I'd give it to the Lich.
I was going to say for game 2, I think the Lich.
I don't
for
think
sure.
the Lich had any misplays. It was pretty solid.
And his vision defined those last couple fights in the mid lane for sure.
Yeah.
You saw Zach able to position in a way that, I mean, even I was tricked by it. I was like, what is he doing? Why is he standing there like that? And then I looked and I saw that just triangle of ward vision. That
Yeah,
was,
I agree. I think that middle to late game was completely like really set in stone because of their warding, because they saw everything that was going on.
I think series
yeah.
MVP though, I have to give it to Zach.
Yep.
I think the dominance in that first game.
I think Zach could have fed this game, and I'd still give him the series just because of like last game. There was no contest. There was no one else that played the last game. He had a full like 10-point lead in my brain. Yeah.
1v0.
Yeah, I think aside from early GG and just abandoning the game, I think he would have. That was a MVP showing for this OTL.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to TI and seeing how everyone does. It was an absolute blast and pleasure, even though the games were lopsided. To put it nicely,
yeah.
To put it nicely, it was fun spending time with you in the caster booth, and
of course,
all of our dozen of fans watching live right now. I want to give a shout out to the VOD warriors. I'm one of them. I religiously watch the VODs 1 to 2 times. Tell your friends, get them out for OTLs. These are open. If you too want to get stomped by Timbersaw in 25 minutes,
all are welcome.
Come join. Yeah, I'm sure Brian is looking forward to getting back to the caster booth. Still seeking that elusive first win.
That first win.
TI or OTL.
Yep.
Sanctioned match.
One day. I'm afraid of my journey to the first win. That's not even happening.
No. Well, one of these days we'll have to do the Dita versus Panda Puncher charity match.
OTL season 2.
Yeah, like opener or closer for a season.
Yeah,
I'd say.
some special one.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Well, Dita, I'll let you sign off. I'm gonna hop into the maelstrom of Team 2 chat,
boy.
which is just a plethora.
Oh, I'm sure it's a shit show right now.
It was a pleasure, but this is Kid Moto signing
Always
off.
nice to have another person.
Sure. Thank you. All right. Have a good night.
Alrighty, that'll do it. I think someone followed during that. Whoever it was, thank you very much. I can't keep track of that while we're going through the games. Everyone else, have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the games. I'm just gonna leave it to some music. We'll fade out from there, and yeah, if you're watching the VOD, I'm sure you're gonna have you gotta hit me up with some replays. Give me some times. I'm trying to get some clips out of these, so just let me know if there's any moment. Give me a timestamp, and I'll put it up.